吸い込んだまた吸い込んだ吸い込んだらカービィ強くなるそれっぱら
Greetings everyone, it is me Gigalem, and welcome back to Kirby's Adventure on Extra Mode. In the last part, I kinda stumbled through Yogurt Yard, and I'm not sure if it's gonna get any better from here. I'm probably gonna have the same problems as last part when I'm trying to get this next secret, so yeah. But as I'm almost done with Extra Mode here, I am definitely excited to finally have the adventure mode part of it done. Of course, I lose my ability, so I'll be back with said ability. And we're back, hopefully. Yeah. That's how dicey it is to try to keep this ability past this point. Oh. Now, the one thing that I definitely prefer the remake for is Orange Ocean, because I really like Orange Ocean aesthetic-wise, because because it's just like, it honestly feels like, a relaxing vacation where you just want to connect with the world, connect with your loved ones, your friends, family, and all that other stuff. And it just gives me good vibes because it gives me a more nostalgic and more warm feeling that I missed for so long. And like, let's be real here. I always love those those evenings where it's just like it's time to relax, it's time to play some games and such. It's also time to die apparently because I didn't jump correctly enough. Okay, now that was just rude. I got pushed off by a hothead. It doesn't matter if it's me or what. Those hotheads will be a pain in the right fireball. Ooh, yeah, nice try. Ooh. The fireball is a speedrunner's, as I mentioned, is already a speedrunner's favorite ability and such. But my goodness. What? So much for keeping the ability past that, but hey, we're gonna get that one up back anyway. So, yeah. I am just so glad that I'm almost done with this project because, the next part of the Let's Play is going to be Meta Nightmare, and, I feel that's gonna go by much quicker because Meta Nightmare is, like, you only have to worry about having one ability, you don't have to worry about all the other elements, and because of a lot of things being skipped, well, you don't have to worry about all that. Okay, we're going to create a restore point right here. And the reason for this restore point is because there is another switch. Another thing that I should mention, as par for the course for the original, I should mention that that Orange Ocean is the only stage in the game that has only world in the game that has a switch in every single level. Something that well, when it comes to 100%ing Kirby games, it's a trend that all Kirby games would tend to follow. Always collecting certain MacGuffins. We went from an Orange Ocean to an icy world. And then another switch to hit. Which means, guess what I get to do again? Never mind, the game just didn't recognize a B input. But hey. We get to go on forward. And okay, now that's just rude. I don't remember that. Go into the igloo, Kirby. And then we just gotta traverse with the rest of the level. But, yeah. Hopefully me being more awake should provide much more interesting commentary, because holy cow was I... if you want an example of being sleep deprived, the parts, like, part 9 and, like part 9 and such Why do I keep throwing away my lives? Because I was not, like, full of energy when I was recording the first few parts of Extra Mode and such. And I've been needing to get this project done for a while. I am almost done with it. I'm going to try to go the entire 9 yards. But yeah. I honestly had fun recording and editing this project. Wow. Never mind, the guy decided to, avenge his fallen comrades. Yeah, when you're inhaling an enemy, just make sure you're over land. But... there we go. Get that one up back. But, yeah, I honestly had a bit of fun recording this project because it allows me to talk about Kirby. And it's, again, one of my favorite series as it's one that I grew up with, but I am now experiencing way more of it. Because while I have experienced a good bit of the Kirby franchise, I want to experience all that I can with it. I do have memories of my brothers playing specific games, and I know why my brothers one of my brothers really liked the Kirby 64 because of the copy abilities, the combination copy abilities. And, I mean proper combination copy abilities, not just adding an element to an ability, because that is one thing that does disappoint me about Star Allies. Okay. After Bonkers takes his anger out on me for dissing Star Allies, like everyone does on the internet. But, is that the ability combinations in Allies is just, is handled Squeak Squad style rather than 64 style. Granted, I know trying to make ability combinations with with a lot more abilities is probably going to take some time, but I honestly want to see new abilities being made from existing abilities. Single abilities can work indeed on their own and such. I'm not faulting that. But in terms of combination stuff, I want to see the idea of combination copy abilities again. But yeah. Anyways, as soon as we're here, man, I think that's the best attempt I had at that yet. I don't think I'm ever going to get that one up. Kirby, come on. But here's this. So, like with the remake, as soon as you fire that laser get into cannon, that was really close. And it's already nighttime here. But, yeah. Oh shoot, is it storming outside? I didn't know it was storming. Wow. I will be a moment. Okay, so... yeah. Man, I didn't know it was going to be storming outside. I thought it was going to be a nice day all day. Power goes out. I am so thankful I am using my battery backup, surge protector. I'm actually glad my dad got one of those things upon, when I used to live much closer to certain stores and such. But since I've attached them, plugged in my computer and, well, one surge protector to it, it's basically a safety net that allows me to have a grace period before shutting things down. So that way, I have less of a chance of any parts of my computer being fried because of a power outage. Plus, it gives me a bit of internet to tell me, hey, my internet goes out and such. The reason for this is because, like with everyone back in 2020, when people were forced to be stuck inside their houses, a lot of us would have to work from home, and our previous house had some room to work from home, and my dad would end up working from home basically until we ended up being forced to move out of this house. Two things he bought were 2 sets of surge protectors that had battery backups in them. And this is for the case that, in case, like, my family were to get a power outage, due to unforeseen circumstances. We would have a grace period. He would have a grace period to turn off his workstation, and of course he would tell my dad would inform his boss that power went out and he needs a grace period to shut everything off. This basically protects the hardware and such because let's say if something's not protected by a surge protector, that thing will go bye-bye. But yeah. And But, if you want to know a moment of me learning stuff the hard way, well, case in point, there was one day where there was I had some time alone, so I was able to, work on things. The moment I was able to, I had a power surge, and while my computer and all other things that were plugged into the surge protector were safe, you wanna know what wasn't? My router! My router was not surge protected, which means my router died, and I had to wait an entire day just to get a new one. So during that day, I was level grinding in my Pokemon White. I was doing a Nuzlocke run back when I did those constantly to try to make my experiences a bit more interesting and such. Like if I wanted a little extra oomph to the Pokemon games and such. Boy, how do you get this in the original? Because it feels like it should reach. Like, okay, do I have to... This is me just trying to get extra 1-ups because whenever I see a 1-up it's absurdly important, but eh. But yeah. Okay, I have a feeling, I have a feeling that... Yeah, I need the beam ability, and I'm supposed to come in with it. Like, in the remake, there's actually a Waddle-Doo in this level. Waste of a 1-up, Giga. Man, I really wish I wasn't playing so recklessly. So, yeah. I don't think there's a Waddle-Doo somewhere else in this level. It's just... this game expects you to be... Yeah, I need a Waddle-Doo here. I've already spent 60 minutes in this part. It's already too late for me to do a do-over because I already created a restore point and I can't save in extra mode. I mean, at the very least, if I want to, I can just speed through the game and try to get what I want to show in extra mode that way. But, yeah. Anyway, now you'd have no indication that there's a secret here. You just have to hope that, the only indication is the open part, but there's a good reason why they colored that square, like they hollowed that square out so you can tell there's a door there. But yeah. So yeah, apparently a storm has to come because it's not like I needed another element to prevent me from getting projects done now, do I? Okay, now that's just rude. Ooh. Guess that's why they put those blocks there to hide underneath it. But here is what you are meant to do in this part, like what I didn't do. This part here also sucks as Meta Knight. The umbrella here is meant to show that it can protect you from those nuts, and of course I did not position myself correctly. I really need to stop playing recklessly. It's a good thing they don't lock you out of that room. Okay, there we go. But... oh! Oh, down back to 0 lives while I was trying to find a lot of them. I spent so much time in that one level trying to get those lives, and I end up with 0 lives. That's just sad. But hey, I think that was lightning I just saw. Anyway, I forget what this level has for its secret, but... oh no, it's this secret, isn't it? It's this secret. Hold on. Okay, freeze. Kirby can create a shield to freeze enemies. He can then knock away the frozen blocks. So yeah, and this is where you get ice. One enemy gives ice, the other gives freeze. Fortunately, later games would homogenize the two abilities, and can we just say that icon for freeze is adorable. Just look at Kirby just trying to stay warm. Well, I have to deal with those enemies up above again. This game really does not want me to play well, doesn't it? Needle. Why is... is Kirby running away from a bunch of needles? Lots of needles, just like a porcupine. Come out of Kirby, it's a great defense. But yeah. It's just ridiculous. But yeah. There's a reason why they put this maximum tomato up. Maximum tomato. I keep calling maximum. Anyway. So, but aside from the storm happening, I was on the topic of just, on topic of what I did that day. Of course, during my time, okay, let me actually create a restore point here because, I hate this switch. While I was trying to spend time without any internet for the rest of the day, believe me, not being, like, when you have a internet provider whose offices close at a time where you need your internet provider's, router fixed. Anyway. When you're forced to have to wait for your router to be fixed because of unforeseen circumstances, well, let's just say, you tend to try to... Of course, the moment I make it without taking a single hit, I miss the freaking thing. I am more than upset about that. I am more than upset about that. You tend to try to do things to, like, basically pass the time until it's time for bed, and quite literally, when you have no, like, when you don't have a hotspot or any, mobile data of any kind, well, that sucks. That honestly sucks. Because, are you serious again? Good thing they got rid of those, Kirby slow, hill climbs. Now if the game could let me keep my ability. You tend to spend a lot of time trying to kill time and such by trying to find something that won't get tiresome or boring right away. One thing I always tend to dislike is slow grinding in RPGs, when like their way of fast grinding is either non-existent or too frustrating to be considered worth it. And you don't really get any net profits from it. Just... I hate this room. But you tend to try to find time to, like, to try to keep yourself occupied, and one of the things I was doing was level grinding for the level grinding new teammates up. So, while I was level grinding, of course, because fate would have it, I finally find my first full-out shiny in Generation 5, one that was not gifted to me. And while I do want to do more Gen 5 hunts, while I want to do some more Generation 5 shiny hunts and such, you wanna know what's my first full-out shiny in Gen 5? It's the Pokemon that had my least favorite deck ever. Now, I'm gonna go back to talk about trading card game stuff, so, there we go! There we freaking go! Ugh. Anyway, as I was trying to say, if we want to talk about the worst kind of Pokemon trading card game decks, it's milling decks. So, you know how for a while, oh, wrong button. You know how for a while people, they were like, wobbling with ice climbers has always been a point of contention? And then it finally got banned? Milling decks is the Pokemon trading card game equivalent of wobbling. And I can just say this right freaking now, that everyone hated those decks, including 3-time world champion Jason Kludzinski, with a burning passion. Like, there are those that find it to be a very cheap deck. It is absurdly cheap with its methods. And it's just, it takes away the fun a little too much. Ugh. Can I not use fire on this? I guess not. I actually have to use something hard-hitting. There's a good reason why they homogenized the blocks down there. Anyway. The deck gets out 4 Durants, and it's supposed to prevent your opponent from winning as fast as possible by removing all the cards in their decks in only a few turns. When someone decks out, they lose. So, basically, your way of winning is to make sure that you don't end your turn with no cards in your deck. And, okay, excuse me? And, there's even a point where one card was so overpowered to prevent a loss condition. And that was Lysander's trump card, and that very card basically took away a lose condition, and people only ran one of the darn thing. Excuse me, I did not press a button. Or, okay, is Mix weird in this game? Please give me a hammer. I can't really use that. Ugh. Yeah, I'm gonna die before I actually get this next button, so... Please don't be light. That's good enough. We're creating a restore point. We need this. So we are going to take the high road. Okay. This game likes to lag a lot. I'm pretty sure this happens in the original too. If I had a 3DS capture card, I probably would be all... seriously? I'm gonna chalk that up to the game's slowing down, preventing controls. And that was my fault. So I'll be right back. But milling decks is just... like, seriously. It's just a... no, please stop. Ooh, yes! Anyway. But... It's my least favorite deck for a reason, because it's just basically, it is absurdly cheap. It was on this, like, before there was basically having too good of a power too early, such as Seismitoad EX, like, that literal card was freaking everywhere during that format. Come on. There we go, UFO. Ugh, this is the room where if you die in this room, the UFOs disappear. Ugh. So I have to be absolutely careful because I am down to one hit. There we go. Because whenever I advance the screen, well... Now that was just me advancing a little bit too early. So yeah. Basically, it just prevented, it just basically took away options way too quickly, and people hated that deck so much. Good thing no one won Worlds with that deck. Also, no, this moon, I cannot enter it. I tried. But, since we took the top path, originally, let's go take the bottom path. And you wanna know, what's the bottom path containing? Twin Frosties! Every Forgotten Land player's worst nightmare. And I think we already beaten, that's the quickest I ever beaten them. That wasn't that bad. And now you have this room, which looks very weird and garish here. But Durant was one of those decks, and I hated it every time it appeared. I would legit not want to play with anyone that had that deck. I would legitimately say, nope, I'm scooping, we're not playing that deck. Like, sure, it's unsportsmanlike, but that's the equivalent of having Ice Climber's wobbles. It's just like, let's play a game. Okay, I win immediately the moment I grab you. That's what it feels like. And it's just, that's not really fair now, is it? I'm probably gonna die here, but... Oh. No, that's not what I meant to do. Okay, I'll take this. But, Durant was the shiny I find, and I was conflicted because, of course, the one Pokemon I hated for a very long time because of the trading card game was the first shiny I find full odds in Gen 5. I mean, I'm glad it doesn't have Hustle at least, because I hate that ability. What good is extra power going to do if you have no options to gaining that accuracy? Because if I see a 100% accuracy move miss because of Hustle, that pisses me off. Ugh. But yeah. We're now at the stage's boss and at the end of this part, so let's go fight him. It's time to fight Meta Knight with a smiling moon. I guess that was a thing they used to do back in the day. And you cannot lose this ability. I am pressing minus, I cannot drop it. Also, eh. So this may take a few tries because let's just say Meta Knight is really hard on extra mode because you can't take nearly as many hits. Also, flashing lights warning. Eh. So yeah, Meta Knight is really hard in extra mode for this very reason. Like, no joke. It is very easy to just get to lose your HP to him like that. So just don't get too cocky because he will advance on you very quickly. And he has more sword techniques than you. Ugh. Yeah, like that. I was so close to defeating him too. Like, if you think he's hard, try taking him on and try not taking a hit. Good freaking luck, because that's literally the hardest he'll get. Ugh. You also block your hits, like with the Blade Knights we've seen in the game. Ugh. Because, like he's a boss that would actually give you a challenge, and because he doesn't shoot projectiles or anything, well, he's like there's a reason why you will not be able to discard your sword. Also, yeah, no difference. Boss descriptions are not a thing in this series yet. So, ugh. Like, despite his small stature, he is a menace. Like, so much so that Sakurai made him overpowered in Brawl. Ugh. One hit left, I'm going to die. Ugh. Because he also has invincibility frames. But I will warn you that there are some flashing lights warnings here. Like that. Ugh. Ugh. It's always really difficult to tell what he's gonna do next because he will block your hits. Like, there are some moments where you can't exactly strike him, and you just want to be careful with your hits. Like, this is the one boss that you cannot do without abilities. You have to do this with abilities. Ugh. Like, he will block your hits if necessary. So just trying to learn him. Like, it's a fun fight, no joke. Like, trying to learn him is pretty exciting. And I beat him. Just barely. No joke. No joke, that was a very tense fight. So, yeah. If you want to donate, there are a couple links in the description below. If you want to subscribe and keep up with this series and any other series like it, all you need to do is hit subscribe, hit the bell, and you'll be on your way. And, I hope you're taking good care of yourself. You don't have to hit any of those things, but it's appreciated. But with that, I shall now have Kirby do his dance, and I shall bid you adieu.